The time has finally come. The golden ticket selection is here. Today I reveal who I am making, and we cement the middle of this series with a legendary stamp of a 99 overall golden ticket that we have made together. And if we get 2,000 likes on this video, I'll do a giveaway for the golden ticket when it does drop. So be subscribed, notifications on, boys. And comment down below and hit the like button. That's how you enter. And it all started with episode 1 when we got the golden ticket. Oh my God! No way! At least that's how I would have reacted if I had pulled it. One of my most loyal subscribers, Hunter, hit me up on Instagram that he had pulled a golden ticket. The absolute legend himself gave it to us for the community. Looking back on it, I had zero idea who I wanted to make. My subscriber hitting me up and having me make a golden ticket was out of nowhere because I genuinely wasn't ready to make a golden ticket this year. But the king himself, Hunter, the GOAT, hit me up and let me make this. Hunter, you're a legend and a Milk Squad commander for life. Never forget that. But shortly after the excitement ended, I got extremely overwhelmed. Because now that I had the golden ticket, who was I going to make? It's my dad. Hey, Dad, can I call you back in just a second? I'm recording right now. Okay, thank you. Zachary Wilson, Cougar Hunter, the MILF Master, 93, Patrick Peterson. Classic Mutt legend, Donald Parham himself. No. And after a little bit of brainstorming, I had a few ideas, but I didn't want this to just be my golden ticket. I didn't want this to just be decided by me. I wanted this to be something that my subscribers and those that support me every single day and I could share together. Because at the end of the day, my biggest supporters and the reason I make this channel are you guys. I could make this a series where my own community and I could come together, and help me decide what golden ticket to make together. Because at the end of the day, I wouldn't have this golden ticket without you guys, and I wouldn't be in a position to even be getting a golden ticket without you guys. I mean, heck, a subscriber is the one that gave this to me. So it's only right that I let the people that show me love on the daily help me make this. A group community effort to make one of the best cards in the entire game of Madden. But I didn't know exactly how I wanted to go about that, so I did what every YouTuber does at first and just ask you guys to comment on the video. I'm letting you guys comment down below. We are all going to vote on this and make it together. But that just wasn't enough. I wanted this to be an event. I wanted my subscribers to get involved more than ever before and more than they ever have in the history of my channel. And after a while of thinking about it, it hit me. I had recently started live streaming, a way to really connect with my supporters and my subscribers, and a way for people to actually see my personality and interact with me without edits and effects behind it. Just me on a camera, hanging out with you guys, as if we were all in the same room playing Madden and getting angry at it together. And it was with me live streaming recently that I came up with this idea. My best one for the series yet. The bracket. Ah, gosh. My dad just keeps calling me, bro. I'm gonna have to call him back after this video's done. I'm sure it's not something super important. The bracket was made up of 16 players. On one side, it was each of my top choices that I came up with myself to make the golden ticket out of. And on the other side was all of the top comments and most liked comments of ideas that you guys, my community, had given me for the golden ticket, whether it was from recent videos, Twitter DMs, Instagram DMs, or comments on the first golden ticket video itself. It was an absolutely foolproof plan. At least it was at first. On Saturday morning, I posted the second video in the golden ticket series, and everything went great. In the video, I went through each of my choices on my side of the bracket, painstakingly choosing between each player and deciding which one would go to the next round. Think of it as a March Madness, but with Madden cards. It was very intense, but I slowly worked my way through and even had a couple of upsets along the way. We have the number 5 seed against the number 4 seed, Patrick Peterson and Jamal Charles. Two of my favorite players in Madden history, but one must reign supreme. And in a battle of the Cardinals versus the Chiefs, the Cardinals will go on top. Patrick Peterson moves on to the next round. And then there were some blowout wins where I didn't even have to think about it. We have possibly my new golden ticket going up against my very first golden ticket in RG3 and Zach Wilson. So I'm going to call one person that I know can give us the best answer for this. Hello? The way in which my dad called me a disappointment made me think that maybe he doesn't want me to pick the golden ticket I have already made. So I think we have to go with the Cougar Hunter, Zach Wilson. But in the end, I narrowed it down to my top 2 players. Patrick Peterson, my favorite cornerback of all time, and a fan community favorite from all of Madden Ultimate Team. And then the biggest meme of the NFL year, for better or for worse, Zach Wilson. Oh my gosh, my dad just keeps calling me, man. Dad, can I just call you back in a second, please?
This is an emergency.
Is everything okay?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I'll call you back in a second. Something about my mom and some dude, I don't know. He has to be kidding. So with only the subscriber voting left, what could go wrong? Well, just about everything. While the video went well and had no hitches in it, the live stream got really intense. And when there's over 1,000 people in a chat all spamming L plus ratio throughout a whole stream, and me kind of encouraging it, that tends to happen. But with such big stakes on the line, making a golden ticket, it got toxic. First rounds went really well. I mean, really well, in fact. Most of the votes were runaway, easy blowouts, and it wasn't really too controversial for all of them. No pushback really whatsoever. We had some upsets, at least to me, and then a couple of meme choices that were taken out and banished to the Shadow Realm early. Rest in peace. Oh my gosh, my phone just keeps ringing, dude. But everything changed when we got to the second round of the bracket, and I introduced my viewers to the wheel. I thought it was pretty simple. A wheel is featured in tons and tons of Madden videos, even a lot of my own. But there was a catch to this one, and it was a pretty big one. The wheel would now decide the rest of the bracket. Some of the chat was big fans of it, others not so much, but I put up a poll for the viewers to decide on whether we keep the wheel or get rid of it, and the large majority voted to keep the wheel. So everything that was about to happen is kind of on them, but also on me too. And this is when things got toxic. The first wheel spin decided the vote between Donald Parham, the GOAT of early Madden 23, and cornerback DK Metcalf. After spinning the wheel, it landed on Mod's vote, which means that my moderators for the live chat, which is a group of about 25 people, got to decide this part of the bracket. My mods get to pick on this one. This is going to be so toxic. The chat wasn't exactly too happy, but they voted for me to keep the wheel in. So what can you do? You hate to see it. You live by the wheel and you die by the wheel. And I figured this part would be easy, but the mods had a 50-50 split. All of my mods are saying DK. Some of them are saying Parham. It looks 50-50 to me, guys. It looks 50-50 to me. I think we have to go to the poll. So naturally, I went back to what we were doing before and did a chat vote. And chat ended up deciding that DK Metcalf would go into the Final Four above Donald Parham. But it wasn't a landslide vote. This vote was within 5% of each other. The closest of the night so far, but not the closest for very long. With DK Metcalf now being a part of the prestige Final Four, with Zach and Pat Pete, we just had one more vote to do before we got down to who I would decide was the golden ticket. In this vote, we had the most commented and most liked option, Anthony Richardson as the #1 seed against George Pickens. And with Steelers fans loving their players and being super dedicated to them, you can see how this got toxic pretty fast. My dad's calling me again. Hey dad, can I just call you in a little bit?
Your mother left me for another man.
What? Okay, I'll call you when I'm done recording, okay? My mom may be with another man right now. Interesting. We'll have more developments on that in just a moment. Anyways, I spun the wheel and it landed on face-off, which would mean that I'd go into a play now mode and simulate a game with Anthony Richardson on a random NFL team, since he is a prospect right now, against the Steelers and George Pickens. The winner would get to move to the prestige Final Four. Now, I was going to do a wheel spin to decide what team Anthony Richardson went to, but one of my mods said we should put him on Miami since he's part of the Florida Gators. So naturally, I made a poll vote, Miami on the top, and then any other NFL team on the bottom. And with the closest margin of victory so far, at an astonishing 50.5% of the votes, Anthony Richardson got to be on the Dolphins. The Dolphins got voted as the team over 31 other NFL teams. I then went into the character creator and made Anthony Richardson, but I made him a 90 overall because I wanted it to be at least a little bit fair so he wasn't like a 50 or something. And chat then erupted with anger, at least the Steelers fans did, saying that I was rigging the vote. Mind you, they asked for this. They wanted the wheel spin. They wanted Anthony Richardson to be on the Dolphins. So really, This was their fault. And also partially mine for making Anthony Richardson a 90 overall, but let's forget about that. I just wanted to see a fun game and not a blowout. But we still got a blowout, but it was on the other side of the ball as the Dolphins offense was virtually unstoppable for most of the game until we got to the fourth quarter and the Steelers started mounting a comeback. After being up all game, the Dolphins and Steelers were within 7 points of each other, and with Kenny Pickett getting the ball to try and tie it up, he failed, thus making Anthony Richardson the vote to go to the next round. But with Steelers fans, things are never this simple. Some of them freaked out, saying they were unsubscribing and all this stuff, and I admit I kind of egged it on a little bit by trying to annoy them, but they have 6 Super Bowl trophies, so it's not like their day is that much worse. I think they'll be fine. But I'm a man of the people, so I decided to take away the wheel spin and put this to a vote instead of that. That way there will be no rigging allegations, no Dom gate would be going on here. It was time for the Steelers fans to truly show their power and get George Pickens to the next round. But he got blown out, and Anthony Richardson won the vote in a landslide. Chat started roasting the Steelers fans, as did I, but they kind of asked for it. But this brought us to the final 4. Anthony Richardson, DK Metcalf, Patrick Peterson, and the Cougar Hunt. My dad just keeps calling me. Oh my goodness, man. I can't tell if he's messing with me or not either. This is weird. My mom wouldn't leave him for another guy. Where was I? Oh yeah, and the Cougar Hunter, the mom stealer, Zach Wilson. So to the end of the stream, I had my viewers vote on these 4 just to see what they were thinking, and I explicitly told them that this would not determine the final vote. I just wanted to see. But when the votes came down to it, Zach Wilson got first place in a large victory. Anthony Richardson got second place. DK Metcalf, cornerback, got third place, and Patrick Peterson got fourth place. Chat wanted me to run another vote between just Zach Milfson and Anthony Richardson, and Zach clapped cheeks again, just like he does with your mother. But ultimately, the final decision comes down to me and which card that I would like to make out of these 4. And although the votes didn't say this pick, I have to choose. Hello?
His name is Zach.
Named Zach. I have no clue, Dad. What's his last name?
His last name is Wilson.
Okay, Dad, I'm gonna call you back.
Zach Wilson. Do you know anybody named that?
No, I don't know the Cougar Hunt. I mean, I don't know any Zach Wilson.
Okay, call me back.
Okay, goodbye. Well, I mean, if my mom picked Zach Wilson, then I guess I have to pick him too. Sorry, Dad. Ladies and gentlemen, our golden ticket pick, after all of the voting and all of my thought on this, is the Cougar Hunter himself, aka Zach Wilson. I'm going to be giving him carrying, juke, break tackle, spin, and trucking just to make him all around a really solid card. And then we're going to go with field general ×3 and scrambler as his archetype buckets. Of course, with gunslinger and fearless, because you got to be fearless when you're stealing people's moms, right? That one hit a little too close to home considering everything in this video. Zach Wilson will dominate in his cleats and he'll dominate your mom in the sheets. The Cougar Hunter is coming, boys. Hide your mothers. I certainly wish I did. Listen, guys, obviously that was just a skit. Zach Wilson didn't really take my mom. I need to call her.